The Deputy Minister of Human Settlements, the Presidency, Home Affairs and Cogta, all visiting the flood-stricken areas in the Eastern Cape. Now, the visit is also to assess the ongoing relief efforts. Currently, 92 people lost their lives during the floods that hit Mthatha as well as Butterworth. The search is still ongoing for those that are still missing. And SABC News reporter Nomzwanele Mngoma is standing by to give us the very latest. Nomzwanele, a very good afternoon to you. So I see a lot of action there behind you. I see the gift of the givers there bringing essential aid. Talk to us about the government officials. What have they brought to try and assist those that have been affected by the recent floods in the Eastern Cape?
Greetings, Alicia, and to our viewers at home. Well, I'll let the DP tell us about what they are bringing to the people, but we know that they started off at Butterworth, where some of the residents were affected and have been placed to centres. But let's welcome her to the SABC. DP, welcome to the SABC. You started at Butterworth. The last time we were there, we heard that people were complaining about water, not getting enough water, using buckets inside the holes. What is the current state there?
Thank you very much, SABC, for coming. We went to Butterworth and we got a briefing in the town hall. Our main focus was the far-flung areas of the Mngoma municipality, where there has been no one from government that went to see the magnitude of the disaster that happened there, where houses were destroyed also by the disaster. There's few people in the town hall, and we did provide them with what they wanted. In the briefing, we were told that the municipality is working on everything else that needs to be fixed there. And then we proceeded to Tutuha village, where we found in the main 8 people that were affected and one old person, which simultaneously or a week later after the disaster or before lost the husband, and the house was destroyed and had to move and use the family other homesteads to bury the husband. We are going back to that home in a week or 2 weeks time, because the situation is very dire. In fact, they don't have a home. If we were there with NHBRC I know would have from the onset suggested that we destroy the structure that is there already, because it's about to collapse as well. But she is kept by the family members. So we did what we could do, provided them with what we had, your blankets, clothes. And in our delegation, as we were walking around with the ambassador of the UAE, which came through with the blankets, and they have promised that they're going to help us during the end of the month with the structures, which we think they are decent enough. And the family, where there's nothing in Butterworth, they were going to prioritize them. We're in Mthatha now. We went to Slovo. We made sure that also people have got IDs, birth certificates, the same thing that we did in Butterworth. The DM of Home Affairs brought 2 trucks. They are busy with applications, and the waiver is going to be done, and those people won't be paying because they are affected by the disasters. So we're here now. We've got about 2 TEAs, and there's people inside these TEAs. And one of the families, they've lost their loved ones. Some are still searched for. The people who are busy with that search and rescue, they've gone out now as we were arriving with the teams and the family to look for the remaining people. So where there have been burials already, and were no structures, we provided TRUs so that the structures and then people are able to bury their loved ones within the parameters of their family homestead or site or earth, whatever you may call it. And there's still few people that needs also to be buried. We've got private partners that are assisting government here in ensuring that people they get dignified funerals. AFBOP voluntarily is assisting the government, and I can safely say that everything is under control. The government of the province of the Eastern Cape has put systems in place in ensuring that people are assisted, people burying their loved ones decently, and they have written out a circular to say all departments at least must reserve 2% of their budgets so that they are able to contribute towards the disasters of the entire province, not only Mthatha. In our briefing, we got a list of other municipalities, district local municipalities, your Alfred Zo, Krisani, they are all affected. That's why you're here.
I'm not sure if I missed it, DP. The issue of identifying the land, how far are you with that?
KSD, Mngoma, the land has been identified to build 1,100 structures for Mngoma municipality. And here we are also in the process of identifying parcels. There's a land R something next to Joe's Lovo, and yes, that R61 is identified. And we know that in some lands which we identified, there were some land claims on those. We don't want to disorganize the citizens of the country. So that's why we had identified some pieces of land. So service sites are supposed to be done so that we start providing the structures temporary first, and then later on it will be permanent structures for all the affected families. So the land is secured.
Lastly, these floods affected mostly people who are situated closer to the rivers, of which I believe there are departments in government that are supposed to ensure that people are not building houses in areas that are prone to floods.
We have since demarcated all the river banks, and they've been identified, and the province is continuing to identify such areas so that if people by any chance invades lands, they don't get to that particular point, because we've seen disasters that are affected by those river banks. People, they put their informal settlements there without knowing that there's a danger. So we are proactively identifying and demarcating such areas.
Thank you, DP. That was That was the Deputy Minister of Human Settlements, just telling us that the land in Mngoma and here in OR Tambo has been identified. People are being assisted, and as you can see, there are also some humanitarian blankets that have been brought and other foods that have been brought to some of the BNBs where these other flood victims are placed. It's back to you in studio.